Welcome to Chicago, the most watched city in the U.S. From old-school blue light cameras to cameras with state-of-the-art technical capabilities, watchful lenses fill the streets. In what has been dubbed Operation Virtual Shield, thousands of public and privately owned security cameras have been put in place and linked together, creating a capsule of surveillance over the entire city more extensive than anywhere else in the United States. Their number is estimated at up to 10,000. The networks cost around $60 million. Officials say it's worth the price, but privacy concerns are at a peak. Over 1,200 security cameras located throughout the city are said to be powerful enough to be able to zoom into a text of a book or even a text message.
This is the image.
A 37-page report from a renowned civil rights group, the ACLU, calls the network pervasive and unregulated.
Things on cameras have shown up on the internet. The cameras have been pointed and used in a particular way, to ogle women or to, engage in some other sort of intrusive activity.
We're going to stay in Chicago.
To many, today's watch over Chicago is reminiscent of a very dark chapter in its history, when the Red Squad, special police units, spied on citizens.
The Red Squad kept files on hundreds of thousands of individuals and tens of thousands of organizations. So it's in direct conflict with the First Amendment to the United States Constitution.
From the 1920s to the 1970s, communist civil rights groups, anti-war movements, and many more were tracked. Jay Schaffner, a socialist, fell victim to the units back in the 60s.
I was spied on by the Red Squad as a high school student.
Not much has changed, says Jay. Just the techniques used are different.
In the 1960s, you used undercover FBI agents, Red Squad agents, that acted as agent provocateurs or not, just spying on participants in legal political movements. Today, with the use of technology, you can do the same thing without the direct involvement of undercover police operatives.
I believe the whole framework is erroneous.
To journalist Salim Muwakil, the concept of privacy in the U.S. is long gone.
You've become inured to this surveillance attitude that law enforcement has taken.
Salim says Chicago increasingly resembles the chilling anti-utopia described in George Orwell's legendary novel 1984, where every word, action, and even thought was monitored by Big Brother.
The surveillance state. The only thing that's missing are the microphones that advise us on how to live our lives.
While the stretch of surveillance grows, so do the fears of Americans.
It creeps me out. I don't like it. When you fully appreciate the scale of what is being put in place in Chicago, and then imagine a more repressive city government, a more repressive regime, it could be incredibly intrusive.
Chris Drew is an artist arrested for selling $1 prints on the streets. He filmed his arrest, and as a result,
Class 1 felony, one step below attempted murder. And that's 15 years, that's up to 15 years in a state prison. This is totally crazy.
As officials' power to record people's movements expands, the power of the people to do the same is being squashed.
When they hook all these things up and are able to follow people all around the city, and at the same time they're telling us that we can't even gather the information we need to go to court, well, that represents a thorough and complete police state.
Another worry, a taboo on questioning surveillance methods.
Post 9/11 orientation that anti-terrorist concerns trump any other value. So there's not even a discussion.
Leaving many wondering if the means designed to fight external terrors could end up terrorizing the people at home.
The notion that you occupy a city by police presence is as flawed as it is globally with a military presence. It's not the problem, and it doesn't address the problem. It doesn't make us safer.
Caught in the camera's eye, Americans are beginning to question its real focus and to wonder how to shutter their privacy. Anastasia Churkina, RT, Chicago, Illinois.